He's not only brought a new standard of mediocrity to the fitness industry, but he's brought disrepute upon the publishing industry.
To be this bad, this infamous in so many different domains, it takes a special talent that only can be made up from Mr. Mike.
Thank you, Greg.
Coach Greg, in today's video, Mr. Mike confesses to using AI to write his newest book, The Aesthetic Revolution.
I published a video demonstrating that embarrassing portions of Mike Israetel's latest book are AI generated.
And so if you're late to the party, please go and watch Solomon Nelson's original video proving that Mr. Mike used AI to create his book. It doesn't mean you can't go read the book. I went ahead and read it. And I would suggest before reading it, you pick up a bag of Brody Shreds' energy, pre-workout, mental focus, because you're going to need it to prevent you from falling asleep. Delicious gummies, and the hardest part is going to be not to eat too many. Go and check out Brody Shreds for more information.
While waiting for the publisher, Hachette Book Group, to discontinue the book due to the blatantly AI-generated portions.
And so please rush out and buy the book before it gets discontinued, before it gets pulled off the shelves for being AI-generated. And so perhaps in the future we will discover that this was just the first draft and that there is a much better non-edited version after all.
It was brought to my attention that Mike Israetel has actually admitted to using generative AI.
Mr. Mike literally had admitted he posted this saying it was actually AI generated after all. And he did this before releasing the book. And so what we have seen is a pattern of Mr. Mike taking shortcuts before presenting his information. Perhaps he spends too much time making gay jokes, joking around, and not enough actually working. And so when you start a sentence with, I 100% used AI, well, is that not admission enough? But Mike, perhaps he thought, you know what? If I admit to doing something wrong, something that you're not allowed to do in advance before I do it, then that forgives what I've actually done. I mean, last I checked, admitting you're going to do something wrong does not forgive that action. I'm about to do something illegal. I'm going to break the law. I'm going to go against the contract. Just because you state that, it doesn't mean it's okay to then go and do it. Did he not just say that a group of editors actually went over his AI-generated book? That they read it, looked at it, and said it's okay? How is that possible? How could every single one be that negligent to allow this to happen? Or is it possible that this group of editors, these proofreaders, that they simply used AI to make it even worse?
Mike's assertion that 100% of the content in the Aesthetic Revolution is his own work is false.
I mean, we've already seen the AI-generated portions. We saw the watermarks. We saw the proof of this. There's no way that he could have done that. And so by saying, hey, it's all my stuff, when it actually isn't, well, that is a lie. Mike, he has a way of admitting that he did something wrong without admitting he did something wrong. Oh, I did this, but I didn't do that. He admits a small amount of blame. Oh yeah, that is a first draft that I copied, but it isn't the final draft, and so that is not me. I admit to this section of wrongdoings, but that has no bearing on me actually doing something wrong.
But then again, Mike's flexible relationship with the truth is something he's perfectly happy to admit himself.
I've lied. I've lied a lot.
A flexible relationship with the truth, that is such a nice, fine way of saying Mike is simply a liar, that he doesn't actually care about saying things that are factual. I mean, do we all remember when Mr. Mike said that Coach Greg claimed to be a doctor? When I literally was wearing t-shirts saying, I'm not a doctor, and every video that I was putting out stated, I am not a doctor, Do what you will with this information.
We now know Solomon was looking at an accidentally uploaded incorrect rough draft.
Lying is easy as hell. I can do it at the drop of a hat.
We know that he lied about that first draft on his thesis for his PhD, and we know he's lied about the book Aesthetic Revolution. And so when is Mike lying and when is he not telling the truth? Always, because those statements are both the same.
Mike's sarcastic comparison to using a PC and the internet is reductive and misleading.
It's not the same thing at all. Using a typewriter and using a computer to type out your information, that would be the same. Hey, I used a pencil or a pen or a typewriter or a computer to type out my thoughts. Those things are equal. But when you say you used AI to smooth it over, essentially you're saying that you didn't write the book. You got technology to do it for you.
AI did a lot more than just smooth over the prose in your book. A more honest admission wouldn't hide behind the feeble euphemism of smoothing.
And so Mr. Mike, he doesn't actually admit everything. It smoothed it over. No, it wrote it. It came up with the ideas 600 times using the M dash. Photos, pictures, incorrect, redoing the same paragraphs. That isn't a smoothing. That's not saying to a PC, could you please spell check? Could you grammar check my information because I can't spell very well? It's using AI to essentially write the book. And so this is what I want to know. Why even bother? Are you going to make $1 million from writing an AI-generated book? Is it really worth it to promote ridiculousness, to pretend that somehow the future is going to make us all perfect, that we're going to all have our dream physiques and all of us will be happy? That is essentially the theme of this book. That if you just wait it out, perhaps 5 or 10 years, that we can change our bodies into whatever we want.
Oh my God!
Why give people false dreams? And even if it were true, it will never be enough. If everyone in the world looked perfect, perfect would no longer be desirable. By simply fixing the exterior, it does not fix what's going on inside. That's why so many people who, for example, are 300 pounds, they're thinking, once I lose the weight, once I build up my body, if I can do this, when I can do that, then I'll be happy. That is the biggest mistake in the world. If then. No, it doesn't work like that. If you keep thinking about, by the time I do this, once I do that, in a few months when this happens, I'll then be happy. You're never going to be happy. You have to be happy today. You're going to go through life, and if you don't realize that you need to choose happiness right now, then it is not going to choose it for you. Happiness comes to those who choose it, to those who see it. The world is full of amazing, joyous, and wonderful things. You just have to be able to spot it. If you choose to ignore these things, you're never going to be happy. There's so many things to be thankful for in this world, but if you choose not to see those things, that is on you. So what? You're 300 pounds. There's so many other things in your life that are more important than that. Can you lose weight while being happy at the same time? Absolutely. That is what body positivity is all about. No matter how bad you have it right now, you have it way better than somebody else. And so if you do choose to read Mike's book, realize that is of the mind of somebody who has major, serious problems. A man who has sucked out his fat cells, gone through surgeries, is unhappy. That is not somebody you want to listen to. He couldn't solve his fitness goals on his own. He's using all forms of pharmacology in order to improve his physique. And you can tell he isn't happy based on this book.
Mike doesn't say if someone suggests that it has elements of AI writing styles in it. He says if and when they're detected.
If and when? No, it's when. As soon as Solomon reads this book, he should have rewritten this and said, once Solomon reads my book and knows it was generated by AI, there will be no controversy because I'm admitting this in advance. That does not get rid of the controversy because, unfortunately, you're not allowed to do this. You can't own the rights of a book that you did not, in fact, write.
It's as if he thinks that a show of being upfront about an unspecified degree of AI use will forestall any kind of scrutiny.
This would kind of be like saying, hey guys, I'm going to use HRT for the upcoming natural bodybuilding competition. And so you've written it. You've typed it on X. You then go and blast Test, Trend, Equipoise, Masterone, Anavar, and use GLPs. Use everything, including the kitchen sink. Later, you do the drug-tested competition, and somebody says, hey, I just discovered that you admitted to using TRT. Hey, yeah, but I admitted to using TRT before I did it.
I am the one, though.
And so despite the fact that you're admitting to using TRT in advance, it isn't enough to declare your innocence.
Mike imagines that he's created a clever moral defense of his AI use, completely unaware that a rigorous legal defense will be needed if copyright is still to be asserted.
And so perhaps Solomon is creating this video in a way to show Mr. Mike, hey, I would be an excellent lawyer. You should hire me the next time you get in trouble, of which, of course, it's going to happen. Mr. Mike thinks that Coach Greg was a troublemaker, that I have such a horrible past, but could Mike's be even worse?
Mike explicitly claims that a whole team of editors from the publishing company further smoothed the prose over.
I'm just picturing, who is this whole team of editors? Was it Grok and ChatGPT? Who are his actual editors?
They also allowed things like the incline dumbbell barbell press and an entirely duplicated paragraph into the final version.
Gotta love that brand new exercise, you know, the science-based lifting, the incline dumbbell barbell press.
What? Then it seems quite possible that the publisher's own editors added even more AI-generated content themselves just to cut corners.
And so is everyone just now using AI? You write the book using AI, you hire editors to edit the book using AI, and then you give that book to someone else to say, edit that using AI, and pretty soon all 5 to 10 editors have all used AI, and you finalize it with a book written by everyone using AI. Does that make it somehow not AI? I don't think so.
For Hachette to abandon all vigilance and publish AI slop is a scandalous breach of the trust placed in commercial publishers.
And so from the sounds of things, this is a PR nightmare for Hachette, who's a top-level publishing company that is not permitted to publish books using AI. And so now that it's out there that this was in fact published using AI, what next? What are they then to do?
He's not only brought a new standard of mediocrity to the fitness industry, but he's brought disrepute upon the publishing industry.
I mean, we've already seen the twin towers go down in the fitness industry, and now a third tower outside of fitness in publishing. I mean, how does Mike do it?
And so my IQ is above 160. We don't know how high.
To be this bad, this infamous in so many different domains, it takes a special talent that only can be made up from Mr. Mike.
Mike Israetel's preemptive attempt at damage control is illogical, riddled with ignorance, and pompously complacent.
And so perhaps Mr. Mike has learned from what went down with the unveiling of his first draft scandal for his PhD thesis. And he thought, you know what? Rather than waiting until somebody exposes me, I'm going to expose myself prior to it coming out. And that way, I will be forgiven. I can then gaslight my audience into thinking that, no, this is okay. I've already admitted it. It doesn't work like that, Mr. Mike.
He wants the prestige and financial reward of being an author without actually doing the arduous work of generating the content himself.
That would be like somebody coming up with a product. Let's call it Ferula Max. And pretending that this product boosts your testosterone. You pretend. You write a statement. Hey, this doesn't actually work. It doesn't boost your testosterone. And then people then buying it and discovering their testosterone levels aren't actually boosted. Would they not have the right to then complain? Of course they would. When I tell you that this is going to dramatically increase your testosterone, I'm not talking about a little bit. I'm talking about redonkulous amounts. And if it doesn't, you get your money back guaranteed. Everybody, if you're interested, of course, get to the website, get your name out. It's only a few weeks from its launch. Get it before it's gone. Code Greg for your discount.
Why didn't Mike have the fire in the belly to generate the content himself? Why didn't he have the passion that the AI pretends to have?
That's what I don't understand. Like, why even bother to make this book, to write this book, if to not take on the challenge yourself? When you go to the gym to build your body, when you do the cardio, don't you want to do that yourself? You all know that Coach Greg races bikes. I've been doing this for about 6 years straight. I compete on Zwift. Now, if I wanted to lie, to cheat, to avoid having to train, I could simply write on the machine that I'm 4'5", although some of you probably think I'm that short, and that I only weigh about 125 pounds. The lighter and smaller that you are, the faster your bike goes. And so if I cheated by lying about my height and my weight, then what's the point of training? What's the point of taking on that challenge? If you're just going to cheat in order to win the competition of which you're not training for, then what would be the point if you don't actually have the passion, the desire to better yourself at something, to take on that challenge? Then why bother in the first place? Why cheat to do it? Why not write the book without AI because you, in fact, had that passion? And so Solomon, does anyone think he used AI to write his book? Does he not look like he's passionate about what he's doing? Do you not see the passion in him creating these videos? And so you know his book is going to be good because he himself wrote it. It's not AI, but his thoughts and his thoughts alone. And so hopefully Solomon's former client, Jeff Nippa, the science-based lifter, as well as Mr. Mike, can purchase Solomon's book and learn how to do it correctly.
Solomon's Guide to Fat Loss. Even though it was grueling at times, and I felt those hard yards with every step. But afterwards, it's so rewarding.
And so you can see, it was grueling at times. He could feel those hard steps in writing that book. That was a challenge he wanted to take. To the same extent, Solomon competing in a natural bodybuilding competition, he enjoys that challenge to diet, to reduce the calories, to do the cardio. And so why doesn't Mr. Mike learn something from Solomon and take on challenges that he actually enjoys? Perhaps he could become a stand-up comedian. I mean, he is funny after all. He's consistently telling jokes, mocking himself, being silly. And so if that is his true passion, why not leverage that? Just become a comic. Write out your jokes. Be hilarious. If he was a stand-up comedian and did all the things that he was doing, I think people would respect Mr. Mike.
Thank you, Greg.
We've seen silly characters, comedians make it big. And so why not Mr. Mike? I think he should switch from trying to be a fitness influencer who is neither fit nor healthy nor doing things without polypharmacy. And so why not transition over to comedy? That is what I suggest for Mr. Mike.
The reviews are rave, and writer and reader alike are satisfied or even overjoyed.
If you're interested in his book, you can get that right now. If you're interested in various supplements from HTLT, for example, turkesterone from Ajuga turkestanica, which you can get from Turk Builder Max as well as Turk Platinum, the cookbook, which was not written with AI, as well as the sea coal bars, which Mr. Mike absolutely loves. You can get all of those things right now. Click the link in the description. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algo. Please, in fact, go to AlgoRx. You can get your blood work done. You can get your peptides. You can get your medications from compounding pharmacies that doctors will prescribe, not some research chemical bullshit. All legal, the company you can trust. Code Greg for your discount. Interested in being coached by myself, and my team, or being sponsored or selling all these amazing supplements in your store gym, please click the link. And until next time, I am out.